Good afternoon. Let's scoot my chair up here. 'Tis time to begin the hunt for my second Omanyte to evolve into an Omastar. I don't need to fight you, I just need to encounter you. So I guess fighting them wouldn't hurt. My audio settings on this. This feels like my music is... sound effects. Okay. Music felt very low. I think I'm just going with game music instead of doing anything specific. Angry dude. I gotta get one of those situations where I here we go. Where they're gonna be stubborn about spawning. Why is the battle music so much louder? So you can't bother me here. Sound effects, background music. Okay, I was gonna go with the in-game background music, but seeing how it's acting like TV commercials, I'll just do background music from YouTube. How did that end up? There we go. Actually, I was watching a Petty Artist stream last night. She is someone who did a Nuzlocke comic that I really enjoyed when I was younger. Love how instead of fighting these in water, you're fighting these on land. And she was streaming, so while she was streaming, I was hunting for Omanyte and Let's Go, and managed to find it. So the current plan is to hunt the second one here, evolve it, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and hunt the first Kabuto in this game, and then go back to Let's Go for the second one. As I could see, they didn't seem to spawn in there very much. This isn't too bad though. I could be helping my odds here by fighting these. This will be the only one I end up battling other than the shiny. Oh. Okay then. I figure I'm gonna aim for at least around 200 spawns today. 200, 250, we'll see where I'm at about 2 o'clock and go from there. And it's 2 o'clock my time, which is 3 o'clock other people's time. Is my Twitch doing? Yes it is, it's doing that weird thing again. There we go. Likes to not show my stream, and then it also likes to say I'm still streaming 9 hours after I actually stop the stream. had to laugh a little bit at myself last night because I found that shiny and just had the most non-reaction as ever. I went, and then was like, oh thank God. I was just so relieved to find it that my reaction was just subpar. Yeah, that's gonna happen on occasion. No worse than running into half a dozen different Pokemon while hunting for Punkaboo. There we go. And I know people give the trees and stuff in this game crap because they're just really generic trees, but Sword and Shield really are pretty games. I do think I almost prefer this kind of style and then like the Legend ZA style a bit over Scarlet and Violet. That one felt just a smidge like they were trying to go too realistic. Yes, thank you. I'm very grateful that hunt is over. A little sad it wasn't during stream today, but that's fine. I'll take it. It means I get a break from Let's Go Pikachu for a bit. I thought that tree was an item for a second. My current plan is to get another Omanyte in this for evolving. And then I think I'm going to hunt my first Kabuto in Shield, and then do the second one for evolving in Let's Go. Just because these hunts tend to be a bit faster. I'm going to aim for somewhere around 200 to 250s encounters a stream. This is already so much nicer than just sitting there jabbing A repeatedly. Ooh, here's another one. He looks like he's gonna try and bench press you. He's making the strong arm gesture, I guess, where they show you their muscles. Ooh, yes, Nickit is a fantastic shiny. That is actually one I do need to hunt. I need to hunt a bunch of Pokemon in Sword and Shield still. That is actually the next bigger game I'll be hunting in other than Legend ZA, but that'll be after Legend ZA comes out and I'm finished hunting in it. Actually, I think Sword and Shield's the biggest majority of the rest of what I need for the shiny, for my shiny living decks. Nothing wrong with skipping a game. You might not have had the money for it or something. Every once in a while, I don't. Or, If I'm unlucky enough when it comes to Gen 10, I won't have the game system. But yeah, they're not bad games. The story for me is a little meh, but still not too bad. I'm always sad they didn't lean more into the forgotten history of Galar and tie it together more. But that's maybe a bit of a downside to having DLC instead of a third game, which is fine. But yes, Shiny Wooloo is fantastic as well. They turn it into a black sheep. Here we are. But yeah, shiny hunting in these games isn't too bad. It's general run-of-the-mill, just encounters. I did a hunt for shiny Pumpkaboo and shiny Galarian Yamask last year. And it took about a week or so for each one. Somewhere between like 5 and 7 days. It's not a bad storyline. It's just and like the basic idea for the plot and stuff is a fantastic idea. It just feels kind of poorly executed. Everything doesn't tie in together well enough. But if you've not to the plot and stuff yet, I won't spoil anything for you. I mean, I still enjoyed playing them. It's still fun games and stuff. Now, if you're shiny hunting a Nixit, if you go and defeat like 500 of them in battle, it ups your odds of finding a shiny. I am just not bothering to do that. I'll take the one in 1,390. No, actually, that's the 390 something odds. I think is not correct anymore. Like 11. I think it's like 1,100 or something. A little more, a little less. I'll take general shiny charm odds. That means I don't have to go back and forth and keep the getting my moves restored and stuff. First it'll go through where I didn't find one. There we go. Oh, 2. Okay, that works. Nothing wrong with a good, more or less, full odds hunt. Eventually, at some point in time, after I managed to get the biggest majority of my shiny Pokedex done, meaning everything except like legendaries, I would kind of like to go through and replay a couple of Pokemon games and do like shiny badge quests where you get a shiny Pokemon between each badge. But I want to get all the base Pokemon out of the way for my living dex first. Oh, Magikarp? Oh no, Omanyte. Just what I needed. Thank you, Moose. Also nice to see you again. It's been a little bit. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, it is very nice to not be doing the revival simulator anymore. At least until I go to do Kabuto and possibly Aerodactyl, but that one's still up in the air. Depends on how long it takes me to get Kabuto. I'm just glad to be hunting in a different game for a few days at least. There we go. I was so relieved to get it last night. I just didn't have a reaction. I was like, oh, thank God I'm finished. And that was my reaction. Had to have been how Reversal felt when he finally got his shiny Feebas, and I think it was Sword. Dude spent like 7 years trying to naturally fish up a shiny Feebas without the shiny charm and stuff. It took him so long. But it was a very cool achievement to get. I'm hoping Kabuto will be nice and I'll get him closer to just regular odds. Nope. Seem to be encountering a Magikarp about every 15 encounters. I don't generally stream on Sundays, but my schedule next week looks to be my regular schedule, so maybe one day next week. Hopefully we'll be less busy soon. I myself am good. Foot's still a little sore, but that's understandable. I can put shoes on again. The swelling's down enough, which is nice. They regraded the roads I walk along with Stella. They put down new gravel and stuff the other day. And because it's not been like driven on or anything very much, it's still very soft and kind of squishy. So walking her along the roads yesterday was a chore and a half. I looked at her when we got home. I was like, Stella, honey, I feel like I've walked 2 miles. Hopefully we'll get some rain this week and it'll help pack everything down. So I got to see a couple of tiny noodles today. Hopefully. Though it does seem with Shiny Charm odd shinies in this one. It does seem to take about 1,000, which I won't complain. Anything is better than 7,700. Wood, you lay back down and go back to sleep. The cat's on the little table next to me. But just being able to like drive the bike around and look for Pokemon is so much nicer than just button spamming A. Oh, Moose, what do you think of Mega Victory Bell? He's goofy, right? He makes me think of a Mario character. I'm gonna turn my music down just a smidge more. There we go. Oh, that works. I won't complain about that. Dude, it's so funny. I was watching another person's stream yesterday, and she's doing a Nuzlocke. Petty Artist is the name of the streamer. She did a really popular Nuzlocke run comic several years ago when the comics were still big before they all kind of turned into videos. Okay, this is like my 4th one here. But she's been playing through Shield, I think. And so far she's caught like 3 dog Pokemon. And she's like, I don't want any more dogs. I want other things. Stop giving me dogs. To do another dinosaur Nuzlocke eventually. That magic carp looked like it dropped out of the sky instead of jumping out of the water. She very much is. It's so funny though, because she was aiming for a Galarian Meowth so she could have a early steel type, and she just had no luck with it. She wanted a Woobat and ended up running into a Diglett on accident because it popped up in front of her. You can tell my joystick tilts to the left just a little bit. We'll have to try and catch this shiny in a fun Pokeball. I still have all the special ones the ball guy gives you. I don't think I've used any of them. We'll have to try and get him in a dive ball. basculin. And I think I would like eventually for the regular basculins to get a evolved form. Wouldn't even have to be a Basculegion. They could, actually, if I did a evolved form for the blue and red striped Basculins, I would make it a water dark type, I think, instead of a water ghost. Just to even out the playing field a little bit. Basculegion is kind of fantastic, though. He's a pretty good Pokemon. Oh, hey, another one. Nice. Still laughing that I'm getting water encounters and the battlefield for it is on land. I might turn down the Pokemon cries on this just a little bit. I'm gonna have to give you a new controller soon. Hate it when I hit the button and reset the thing. There we go. It's funny, I have two Switch controllers, not counting my Joy-Cons. I don't use my Joy-Cons because my left hand stick drifts to the left really bad. I don't use my Pikachu controller anymore because the A button sticks from when I was playing Fantasy Life. And this controller has that just slight little left to the left drift in the one Joy-Con. Which only really affects the direction I'm facing. See, I automatically turn to the left here. And then it moves the cursor around on the map when I'm playing Scarlet and Violet. Of course, to be fair though, both of my controllers have all put in their time. Couple thousand hours worth of Pokemon games. And Stardew Valley, a lot of Stardew Valley. There's another one. Oh, hey, two in the cave. Yeah, that is actually when I started getting major drift in my Joy-Cons, was with New Horizons. Of course, It only started being really bad probably when I was playing Legends Arceus, I think, was when it started getting really interfering with everything. Because at first, just on occasion, it was just my character deciding, hey, I'm gonna run to the left for 20 seconds. Yes, I saw you pop. But I can't complain though, considering the controllers I have are just the, like, little $25 ones. The off-brand Switch controllers. And I've probably put in about $1,000 hours worth of gameplay on each one. So I can't complain too much. They have I have got my money's worth out of them, and they all still work. Actually, if I could manage to open up my Pikachu one, I could probably fix that button myself. I don't think I have a screwdriver that would fit though. I'd have to check. Because the A button works perfectly fine. It's getting caught on the little rim. I almost wonder if the thing underneath it hasn't been squished a little. Actually, the one I'm using right now will probably be the one I play ZA with. So my A button don't stick at a crucial moment and get me killed. I had a PlayStation 4 controller that had drift to the upper left side. So I had have to spend like most of my time doing my best to get my character to run straight and stuff. It was annoying. I ended up getting a new controller for Kingdom Hearts 3 because of that. Magikarp? Magikarp. To sneeze. Excuse me. Whew. Hi, Basculate. Angry little piranha dude. Of course, to be fair, I don't know which is worse, drift or the scroll wheel in your mouse starting to give out. So I think I put up with a lot more annoyance over the scroll wheel in my mouse not wanting to work than any drift I've gotten on a controller so far. Complain too much though, actually. Mine, for the thing, part of the thing with my scroll wheel is just like dust and fur and stuff getting underneath it and kind of clogging up the spinny thing. Can't exactly take it apart to clean it like you could the ones with the roller balls inside. Can I encounter you, please? There we go. I remember being younger and unscrewing the little thing in the bottom of the mice to clear out, you know, the gunk or whatever had been picked up. Have to clear off the little wheel that the ball rolled against. So there's always like little hairs and dust and stuff wrapped around it. Actually, I need to pop off the keys off my keyboard and clean between them. Or maybe just take the vacuum cleaner to it. Wonder where all that fur came from. He ain't paying a bit of attention to me. He's napping. I can't blame him for it. I'd be napping too if I could. I love their use of bagpipes in this soundtrack. Bagpipes are like one of those instruments when you hear them in like movies and stuff. It's like, oh yes, time for an adventure. Oh look, I made it to the first 69. Get this item real fast. Ouch. Been hoping it was something I could sell. Well, I guess I could still technically sell it, but I was hoping it was a treasure and not so much a hold item. Sometime in the next week or so, I'm going to stick a poll in my posts and let you guys vote on if I do Pokemon Y or replay Legends Arceus again come October. Well, which one I do first? Because I would like to do at least both. At least up to the Elite Four. Might not get any, like, end-game, after-credit stuff done, but at least battles up to the Elite Four and, or final boss battles in both games. I say that, like, Legends Arceus has an Elite Four. Gen 1. And I started all the way back at the beginning. Right as Pokemon was starting to get... Okay, maybe not right as Pokemon was starting to get popular, but pretty close to when it was starting to get popular. My friends, I don't remember if I think we started with the anime, and then one of my friends is like, yeah, this is a game, you can get it for your Game Boy, and then that Christmas I got it for my Game Boy. And I've been playing ever since. I still have my original copy of Pokemon Blue in the thing next to me somewhere. Actually, it might be in the Rumble Pack for my Nintendo 64. Yeah, I started a new game a couple weeks ago when I was just kind of laid up. I've not made it very far because my brain is like, we're gonna go and collect all the Pokemon on each route, and we're gonna train them all up to level whatever. And it's like, okay, which it's all good, well and good in theory, but now that I can sit at my computer desk again, it's continuing the game has not happened. It was a good distraction though while I was laid up, so I can't complain. Had a pretty good time listening, uh, half listening and half watching Storm of the Century and trying to catch Furfrou and whatnot. But yeah, I plan on playing, well, it'll be a ROM because I don't have a DS with a capture card finagled into it. And I want to replay Y in a Legends Arceus before ZA comes out. Y just for the refresh on the X and Y story, even though I know them really well, and then ZA just for a little bit of practice running around from giant monsters who want to kill you again. Nothing wrong with not starting with Gen 1. That's the fun thing about Pokemon is every generation is somebody's starting generation. Honestly, if it hadn't been for friends at school, it probably would have taken me longer to get into Pokemon. I'm glad Dad has apparently figured out dinner time. No, sauerkraut. Look at all these jumpy fish. For half a second, I thought that Basculin was a different Pokemon. I don't know what I thought it was, but it took it a moment to register in my brain as a Basculin. There we go, there's another one. Now, I got a handful of like the early Pokemon fandom stuff tucked away in a little chest under my bed. Got a Pikachu match game somewhere. Little toy that looks kind of like the bones in the first season of the anime. Got a binder full of Pokemon cards somewhere. Got a shiny holographic Charizard. also got the Ancient Mew card from the Pokemon 2000 movie. Just can't remember where exactly I ended up putting that binder. Used to have a ton of the little Pokemon toys. Got a Burger King Charmander that doesn't light up anymore. Bass? Yes, it is. I didn't realize they spawned over here. I need outside to look like that, like right now. Just kind of gray and gloomy. We're ready for some cloudy weather. There we go. Oh, hey, that one's shiny. Not shiny, but like it has the aura around it. Yeah. To be fair though, in Crown Tundra, the fossil Pokemon in general are fairly common spawns in the right areas. I hopped out of the water and ran around for a bit. I think Archin pops up over here as well. I'm gonna say that and not a single one's gonna pop up. Of course, it might not be this area directly. It might be the other side of the river they spawn in on. I have a bunch of the Scholastic chapter books and stuff as well. Oh, look, there he is. See? Archin. He's another one I need to hunt. But that's later. Want to get Gen 1 finished first. I have marbles. I have the big Pikachu pillow. I had a Charmander pillow. I don't know what happened to it. And cards, of course. You need to get me a pack of Pokemon cards sometime soon here to open just for fun. I don't get them very often. I wish Pokemon would just do booster packs of Pokemon cards that's literally just cards, but they're only the art. The main reason I get Pokemon cards now is because I like the art on some of them. Like there's one Galarian Rapidash card. If I could like order a I'm trying to remember what are they, like 7x10s or something, picture of it to like frame and hang up, I would, because the art's just that pretty. I was very lucky when I was younger to have a family that was indulgent enough to, well, indulge me liking Pokemon and not religious enough to buy into the it's of the devil BS that ran around in circles in the churches here when it first came out. Of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! Did the same thing. You turn around and listen to the parents talk about buying their kids the exact same thing they're preaching about. Had a cousin whose parents literally had kids WB blocked on their TV so they couldn't watch Pokemon because it was of the devil. Never been big on playing, but I do like just generally collecting them. Like I said, for the art, if for nothing else, because they do have some gorgeous Pokemon cards. I wish I could remember where my other binder is. I do have a good handful of the earlier booster pack cards. I have so many extra Pokemon cards, it was ridiculous. I like legit had a big old shoebox just full of Pokemon cards. Ended up taking them to a card place and just donating them. And anything that was rare, I technically sold, but anything that wasn't, it was donated. Of course, now Pokemon's such a big thing again that if I'd been smart about it and kept them, I probably could have sold little sets of them for a decent amount of money. Yeah, it's fine. Well, didn't as much have to do anything with Pokemon as first. It was, well, yes, you know, oh, they're demons, they're using elemental attacks and magic and whatnot, but mostly it was because Wizards of the Coast, the company that produced the Dungeons and Dragon books, is the company that started printing out like Pokemon cards and stuff. So that played into it as well. And you know, that was around the time that all the rumors and stuff about Dungeons and Dragons and stuff was going too, so it was all just kind of included in one thing. Because, you know, one kid got too obsessed with the game and with Dungeons and Dragons and into bad stuff, so all of a sudden every bit of it's evil. It's the South. The overly religious people who are going to find something to fret and clutch their pearls about. That's just how it works. Trust me, I went through it with Harry Potter and like 4 or 5 other things as well. Of course, now Harry Potter's meh for other reasons. Every once in a while I look up that video where the preacher's talking about how and pointing out how exactly Pokemon is satanic and of the devils and stuff. It's fun. It's so funny to sit there and rewatch. Yeah, eventually some religious group's gonna find something wrong with something, and it's gonna be a big deal for a while. That's how it goes. Of course, I think it's a smidge less common now, because it's just so many people now are just into games and anime and all that stuff that it's become a bit more nerd culture. Nerd culture has become a bigger thing and more widely accepted. According to the Jehovah's Witness, anything with jumps. And I think heavy metal to an extent. I think heavy metal is still considered satanic. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% certain. Doing pretty good. Been at it for about an hour and I'm over 100 Pokemon. Nice. But no, I do the same thing with those people now as I did when I was little. I just rolled my eyes and it's like, you know this is fake, right? Like, I know this is fake, right? That's my grandma a little bit with some things. Oh, well, you know this is like, Gran, it's a cartoon. The book I enjoy reading is like, it's a cartoon. It's no worse than Tom and Jerry. Bugs Bunny, even. You don't actually believe? No, Grant, I do not actually believe in the stuff I read in the Harry Potter books. They're just good books. Okay. It's like, if you knew the other things I was reading other than these books. I think she passed. No, she was alive for part of the Twilight craze. I just wasn't down here to see her. Yes, they do that. You have seen my cat demand attention from me. I'm sure there are Christians out there right now against like K-pop demon hunters. I'm sure Stranger Things, when it first came out, probably rattled a lot of religious cages. I just like watching the drama for a bit and then going on with my day. There we go. Oh, that's good. Especially if they're feeling social. get him used to love and affection. Excuse me. I thought I got lucky and was managing to go over it. So a very nice thing Austin John pointed out in his video yesterday is that in Legend ZA, they will tell you what size your Pokemon is on its summary page, which is going to make hunting Punkaboo so much easier. They're welcome to watch. I think more likely they probably just want to snuggle. I know that was Pin's favorite place to be when he was little, was in my lap, sprawled out across my knees. He don't fit in my lap as good anymore. He's gotten too big. Now he's just usually fairly content to just be laying within arm's reach, either on the little table beside my desk or on the empty desk beside me. Now, Pin doesn't generally watch a lot of stuff, like, on my TV, but, for a little bit, for about a week or two, he really liked watching the, rug cleaning videos I was watching at the time. He liked watching the water slosh around the TV and stuff. He'd do that thing where he's pawing at it, like he's trying to figure out if it was really there. Oh. Hold on, my cup's in the way. He's right there. And curled up snoozing. There we go. Gotta get it put back where it belongs. Not the best picture of him, I know, but give him a bit. It's very uncommon for him to sleep through a stream entirely, but he does do it on occasion. Of course, if we have the windows open next week, he's less likely to be in here pestering me. He'll be laying in the windows enjoying the breeze. Trying to tuck my bangs underneath the headset thing so they'll get out of my face. I'm just knocking it askew. Need to poke my groomer, my hairstylist, and get my sides reshaped and stuff. next week or two, actually. If Dad wants to get a pedicure. Be another magic card, probably. There we go. Stella's been coming here the past couple of days and finding her a spot either in my papasan chair or on the bed and snoozing. Curious as to if I'll have either of them snuggling with me in bed over the next week. We're supposed to have a pretty nice cold air front come through that's going to knock our temperatures down into the 70s next week. It's going to be so nice. Fall weather about the time when fall is supposed to hit. Basculin this time around. There we go. Soon it shall, well, I say soon. Soon is relatively in the next month and a half. Then with the odd hot days here or there, like the odd cold days in summer. It's all just a matter of time. Excuse me, sir. But yes, I'm ready to live in my hoodie again. My hoodie and like 5 blankets on my bed, so they just weigh a ton. One of my favorite things ever is a nice heavy blanket. They are literally the best. I am ready for slightly gray skies and cooler days. Fair. I'll wear a jacket in warm weather every once in a while, and my dad will look at me and goes, "You don't need that. It's not called that." It's like, I don't need it for the sleeves. I need it for the pockets. He goes, "Oh, okay." Just continues on with his day. He has an orange camo jacket that I live in it, and then I live in my hoodie. I like the jacket when it's just starting to get cool, and then the hoodie I like in like December and January. And my fuzzy pajama pants. Can't forget the fuzzy pajama pants. I'm ready for those again. That's gonna get another one spawn in. I was thinking about looking up hot cocoa recipes earlier this morning. So it's like, yeah, I'm ready for ready for colder weather. But actually, I have a chocolate gravy recipe. I could probably just take the flour and stuff out of it, and it would probably make a decent cocoa. Oh, nice, too. All over, little dudes. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is the return of allergy season. As all the leaves drop and stuff. That kind of sucks, but I can live with allergy season if it means getting rid of some of the heat. When I started, I chose Rookie. And Rookie will actually probably continue to be my favorite starter from this game. Of course, most of the time I am a grass starter person. Pokemon Black and White 2, I made an exception for Oshawott, and then in Scarlet, I chose Fuecoco. And then when I did my playthrough of Violet, I actually bred me a different starter to use and used it. Just for fun. Currently, so far, my plan for Legend ZA is to use Chikorita. There's a slight possibility that might change, but probably not. If I did use a different starter, it would probably be Feraligatr, because I do like Feraligatr too. He's kind of fun. Is that a blue striped masculine? I love even in the cave, you're still not in the water for this encounter. What is that? Oh, it's a Barboach. Okay, all I could see of it was the blue. could reset my Pokemon game in ZA to get a large Chikorita, or if its size is locked. That might be something I have to test out just for the fun of it. It would be kind of fun to play through the game with a big Chikorita. Giant Meganium up until I can like unlock the alpha maybe. Yeah, when I played Legends Arceus for the first time, I started with Rowlet. But then when I did my second playthrough, I technically started with Oshawott, but I had an extra Cyndaquil in Pokemon Home. So I popped it in, and so I played with Oshawott and Cyndaquil. I don't actually need to fight you, dude. Magikarp. Magikarp. There we go. There's another. I'm curious to see exactly how many starter Pokemon we're gonna have in Legends ZA. Because the ones you choose between, you know, you get one of, which is a given. And then probably after main story doesn't count if they, you get the other two if they make them huntable or something, because they probably will. But, we should be getting the Gen 6 starters, so that makes 3 more, which isn't weird because they did the same thing in Legends Arceus. Let you hunt the Gen 4 starters out in the wild. But we're also getting Charmander. Well, no idea if we're getting Blastoise and Venus, Bulbasaur and Squirtle yet. And then there's always the chance we could get Torchic. With a Mega Blaziken, I would hope not. We don't need that many starters in a game, but... So a leak video yesterday. Someone's like, Mega Samurott! And it's like, if they stick Oshawott in these games... Like, they're not gonna, because Oshawott was just in Legends Arceus, literally. And like, and they surely wouldn't give it a Mega. That would make no sense. Like, it's like, Samurott's like 99.9% likely not getting a Mega Pokemon. Oh, but I imagine the rumor mill is probably going to be ridiculous over the next month and a half. Some of these Magikarp don't look like they're spawning in the water and jumping up. They just look like they're spawning in midair and falling down. Like, we think of spiders falling from, like, high places in Minecraft. Just poof. Not gonna lie, that is one of my favorite ways to see like a spider die in Minecraft, is to watch it fall from a high place and then just die because of fall damage. I had one do that once in one of my own builds. I'd built not like a ridiculously tall tower, but it was like a 3 or 4 story tall tower. Just meant for storage, I think. And I had legit finished putting the roof on this thing probably 10 minutes before, and I want to say either adding a bunch of little decorations outside, or I was lighting up the area or something. And I turn around and I just hear smack, and turn to look just in time to see the spider despawn. He's like, okay then, I didn't know you were up there, but yeah, Gen 6 is nice. Hold on, my foot's going up. Gen 6 is they're good games. If nothing else, they are very pretty games, which I appreciate. Yeah, Gen 6 was fun though. That was the first game they really did a big battle gimmick in. I want to say Gen 6 came out around the 20th anniversary. Pins and needles. But yeah, Gen 6 were pretty good games. The Pokédex wasn't horribly big, but it was kind of to the point with those where Gen 6, 7, and 8 actually had fairly small Pokédexes just in general. I think most of them were under 100. I want to say 6 and 7, the Pokédex was only like 70-ish new Pokemon. I could be wrong. But of course with Gen 7 we did start getting regional forms, which helped pick up the slack a little bit. Because you're technically getting new versions of old Pokemon. I'm still hoping and praying we're getting something new, just regular Pokemon wise, in ZA. And they're just not announcing it because everybody wants Mega Pokemon. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen anything on mounts yet. On if we're going to get roller skates in game, or if we're gonna have to have a Pokemon that knows surf for like the more watery areas. Or that could come with the next trailer for all I know. Old Megas, yes. And actually Pokemon that get new Megas, probably yes. But we just won't know they're getting Megas until, like, the game leaks. Officially leaks. I know there's that 25 Pokemon list that's been ripe for so far that's probably legit. But I still take even it with a grain of salt. Yeah, I thought it was somewhere, something like that.
Well, think about boxing dogs this evening.
Sounds good to me.
We'll get some chili and something Dave's Queen, get some coleslaw, because I want a pout dog. I want to get a can of sauerkraut.
Okay, get you a thing of sauerkraut. That sounds pretty good. We ain't done hot dogs and stuff in a bit. I think Gen 9 was closer to Gen 9. Gen 8 was closer to 100 Pokemon, but I don't think it quite broke 100. I want to say it was in the 90s, maybe? Of course, you also got 70-something Alcremids in Gen 8, so... If you want to get really, really technical... Another Omanyte. Oh, this song is one of my jams. Of the kind of sense of urgency that the da-da-da-dun gives this song. Because I know Gen 9 had 110-ish new Pokemon, I think. Which is one of the bigger generations we've got since Black and White. I would love for Generation 10 if it could be a complete restart like 96. Yeah. It could be a complete restart like Gen 5 was, but considering the base Pokedex is now 400 Pokemon seemingly every time, it probably won't be. But I would like us to get a nice, big, chunky new Pokemon Pokedex for Gen 10. Gen 9, okay, I knew it was somewhere in the hundreds. 110 was just kind of my base guess, because I knew it was the one that got us up over 1,000, which they didn't need many for it either way, but... Because we're up to 1,025. Really masculine. But I would love for Gen 10 to just go all out with brand new Pokemon, then like maybe pre-evos and evos for older Pokemon, and then convergence in regionals. I would absolutely love to get like 150 new Pokemon, and I mean brand new Pokemon, and then get like 50, and this isn't altogether 50 convergence regional variants and like new evolutions and pre-evolutions for old Pokemon. Just go all out and give us 200 new things. Will it happen? Probably not, but that would be like my big wish for Gen 10. And then they can go back to giving us groups of Pokemon somewhere between 70 something and 100 and something each generation until Gen 15. I would just legit love for every 5 generations they make it just a big thing. Because you know Game Freak's probably got just mountains upon mountains of Pokemon designs they've created and not used or have put back for later generations and stuff. Well, considering Generation 2 will be the first solo Switch 2 game, because yeah, they're gonna have to, well, it's 30th anniversary game as well, so, you know, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if they went big. But yes, I want them to make Gen 10 a big deal. I mean, new Pokemon games are always kind of a big thing, but I want Gen 10 to just be huge because it is the 10th generation of Pokemon and it is also the 30th anniversary. I mean, 30 years for any video game franchise is fantastic, and Pokemon's like one of the biggest ever. Actually, it might be the biggest, other than like Mario and stuff, and just the Nintendo stuff in general. Because Nintendo does the consoles and stuff as well. But I would love to see a bunch of like the beta Pokemon return for Gen 10. Especially the electric tigers, I would love to see them come back. So maybe make them dual type so they don't feel too much like they're just different versions of the Luxray line. Just, I think them dipping big time into regionals and convergent species would be nice too, because they wouldn't light on the regional variants and stuff in Scarlet and Violet. I imagine in part because they did have the couple of convergent species, and also I imagine because of the Paradox Pokemon. I was really sad when like the only things we got for regional Pokemon were the Wooper and their Tauros. Even though they did give us 3 different forms of Tauros, I'm still mad we didn't get Miltank to go with them. They could have made a fairy type Miltank to counteract the fighting type Tauros. Or made it fairy and grass type to kind of finish that trio there. Also, I'm just a tiny smidge upset in general that they didn't even put Miltank in the terrarium when they had regular Colosi and Tauros in there. It was just one of those kind of come on moments. You have the bull, but you left the cow out, dang it. Actually, that is a pre-evo I would like to see. It would be a pre-evolution for Miltank and Tauros. But if Gen 10 is supposed to be like is supposed to be an archipelago of islands, then that should give them all sorts of wiggle room to play around with. Especially making different islands, like different biomes. Because Pokemon biomes don't generally really make sense anyway. Oh. Well, I just got flocked in the head with a Magikarp. I guess it's a good thing my trainer's wearing a helmet. Excuse me. I was watching Ryan was taken play Ultra Sun the other day, and he got to the point where he got the ride Tauros that you can use to like break down boulders and stuff. And I had a good chuckle because I forgot they gave these Pokemon headlights. I'm at ooh. After this section of my stream where I'm just gonna run into a Magikarp every 20 seconds. I am not gonna lie, I am perfectly fine with not having every single Pokemon in every single Pokemon game. Not having access to all 1,025 Pokemon in a Pokemon game does not bother me at all. Also, I feel like over time you're gonna get access to every Pokemon in Champions. So, while it's not a mainline game you can do that in, there you go guys. You can get all your Pokemon in Champions. Also, I feel like they've cut the Pokedex to like the base Pokedex being 400 just to make it easier on kids. Because it's a lot easier to get 400 Pokemon to complete a Pokedex and get the shiny charm and stuff as opposed to 600 or 700 Pokemon. I remember how annoying it was trying to get everything for this shiny charm in Y. Because you had to either trade on the GTS, have multiple other past games, or hope you got lucky enough in like a Wonder Trade or something. As of Legend ZA, you'll be able to get every Pokemon on Switch. Between all of the games, you can get everything, because Legend ZA has that last little handful of Pokemon. The Patrat and Watchog, Furfrou, the Elemental Monkey Trio, and there might be one or two more, but I do believe they are all in Legend ZA. Everything we need to be able to get everything. because in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you can get, or at least put, every Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 4 in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And then between all the others, you have just about every Pokemon from every other game. And then between Sword and Shield and Legends Arceus, I think we can get every legendary up to, to Gen 8. Not counting, like, game exclusive ones. You can get all the Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Actually, I think you can get the Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6, and I think you can get everything in Sword and Shield up to Gen 8. I'd have to double check though. Yes, it is. It is very exciting. It'll be very nice to not have to hunt all of those in black and white or X and Y. Especially considering I don't have the shiny charm in Y anymore, or in X anymore. Yep, Legends ZA will fill out the last handful of game-locked Pokemon. And if we can put Furfrou shiny and keep the haircuts in Pokemon Home, I will be hunting so many shiny Furfrou. So I can get all the haircuts in Pokemon Home. But no, should be with ZA coming out, the only things that you can't get easily would be probably mythical Pokemon. Diancie, Volcanion, Celebi. You get Mew and Jirachi if you have the right save files. Zarude. It'll mostly be mythical, which you have to do through like events and whatnot after, I think. Magikarp. Told you I'm to the section of the hunt where I'm just gonna run into a Magikarp every 20-30 seconds. Run into more Magikarp in the past 5 minutes than I did in like the hour before that. Where are my Oh, there they are. There we go. I used a Pansage as part of my team for a while in Pokemon Black. I named him Elvis. There we go. I'm curious to see how, if they'll have outbreaks and stuff in ZA. or if they're gonna do going by the Alpha Houndour surrounded by the little Houndoom. The Alpha Houndoom surrounded by the Houndour. It does look like we're getting the little packs of Pokemon that spawn in, kind of like in Scarlet and Violet. Another Magikarp. Where are my children? There we go. Strong child. It'll be fun to see how the little wild areas, or whatever they're called, expand as the game goes on. Because from what I saw of the demo, it looks like you're starting out with like 6 or 7 of them unlocked. But when you look at the map, it looks like there are several other places where you can like unlock more. So that'll be interesting to do as well. Where have my encounters go? Oh, every time I go to say that, one pops up. Skitty was in X and Y, so it seems like there's an okay chance it might be in the game and we just haven't seen it yet. Yes, hi, Basket. Dad walked into the kitchen one afternoon as I had this song on. I was doing dishes and it just was on shuffle. And he goes, "Why does it sound like there's wolves howling in this music?" And it's like, "Because there are wolves howling in that music, Dad." I said part of the story of the game the soundtrack is from revolves quite literally around 2 wolves. He goes, "Oh," because it gets the point across it, and it's like, yes, it does. Love the slumbering wild, however you pronounce that, slumbering wild music. 200, so I do think I would be going to 250 encounter-wise. With a little chuckle every time I see its animation. Just that teeny tiny to show me your muscles flex. This is fantastic. But yes, we've only seen like a fraction of the Pokemon that's going to be in ZA, and the biggest portion of those have been Pokemon that are megas. So there's still an okay chance that Skitty might be one of the starter area Pokemon you can get. Yes, they are actually shown in a trailer. Sandile you can see in one of the little habitat areas, and then you see Mega Lopunny in a different scene. So Sandile and Lopunny are both in. If you go to Cerebi.com, they will have a list of Pokemon that have been like shown in trailers, so we know that these particular Pokemon are going to be in game. Shoot, I tried to dodge you. Like, for the most part, like, any Gen 6 Pokemon, I imagine they're going to have all the Gen 6 Pokemon, because, like you said earlier, there was, what? Gen 6 added 72 Pokemon. So I imagine more or less everything should be in, for Gen 6, should be in Legends ZA. Hoping that Scolipede, the Scolipede line is Venipede. There we go. I couldn't think of its first form name. I'm hoping Venipede is in there because I actually kind of want to use it. I need to play this song over a Mega Pokemon fight. I legit forgot this song existed, and I replayed Shield last spring. Shield Sword last spring. Magikarp there for once. Ooh, I hope we get some killer music when it comes to the legendary battles in ZA. So I kind of want alpha Pokemon, and I'm hoping there will be some point in the game where I can send about so I can size compare them with AZ, because that man is too tall. I think he's like canonically 8 or 9 feet. I just know every time I see that cutscene where he's standing next to this Lucario that only comes up to his knee, I have to laugh. This poor itty bitty Pokemon. Ain't nothing wrong with liking a lot of Pokemon. It's Pokemon, there are 1,025 of these little things. You're allowed to like a lot of Pokemon at this point. That's why I never have a straight answer for when someone asks me what my favorite Pokemon is. Because I have several. Well, no, what I'm actually going to be most curious for will be what shiny they'll give us for completing the ZA Pokedex in Pokemon Home. God, I still gotta do that for Let's Go and for Brilliant for Sword. Oh my god, I have so much of that to do for those. For Shiny Meltan and the others. Meltan, Keldeo, and Manaphy. I still need to do that stuff to get those shiny. I still feel a little bit like them giving us shiny Meltan was a cop-out, because you can't evolve it. It's not in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are Gen 1 games, but it is in Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and... Actually, let me rephrase that. It is in Shining Pearl, because Purugly and Glameow are version exclusive. I will be so happy if we get Gen 10 and we do not see Lucario in that game at all. I have like huge burnout on half of the Gen 4 Pokemon right now. Because it seems like they were in the last 15 games. I mean, the only game we have gotten on the Switch that does not have Lucario in it is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It is in Sword and Shield. It is in Scarlet and Violet. It is in Legends Arceus. It is in DSP. I don't remember if it was in Sun and Moon. I know it was in X and Y. And Black and White too. Please give us another game without Lucario in it. Lucario, Weasel, Shinx, Fletchling, which won't happen because it's a Gen 6 Pokemon, but I can dream. Starly, oh my god, give us a game without a Starly in it, please. I have Gen 4 Pokemon burnout so bad. I would like to ask for a game without Pikachu in it as well, but I don't think it or Eevee. Actually, no. I am of the opinion that they need to give us either a regional Eevee for a new set of evolutions, or give Eevee a convergent species or something, and shift the multi-evolution Pokemon over to something new. One thing I would love with Mimikyu is if you could give it different cloaks. I mean, I get that Mimikyu is jealous of Pikachu and stuff, but I would love for the ability that once you get a high enough friendship with your Mimikyu, you could change its outfit to other Pokemon. I remember that being a real big art thing for a little while, was just drawing Mimikyu in various little Pokemon disguises. And honestly, you could go and do a regional Mimikyu for every region doing that. You wouldn't even have to change its type. You could legit just change the Pokemon it chose to dress up as. I don't mind Mimikyu. Mimikyu's fine. Mimikyu also hasn't been shoved down our throats. Mimikyu is one of my friend's favorite Pokemon. Where are all my children? I was getting so many of them earlier. And now the spawns have died down. Which is perfectly okay. They do that sometimes, but... There we go. Oh, there we go. There's me a second child. It really could. Actually, they could kind of treat Mimikyu like Rotom. And have it have different typings based on its outfit. Or at least a move kind of like Terra Blast, maybe, that would change type with which outfit it was wearing. Yeah, I get the idea behind his design. He's a little creature that you can't really look at without it driving you nuts, and he's jealous because Pikachu is so popular, but also Pikachu's not the most popular Pokemon everywhere. It would very much make sense for them to dress up as different Pokemon in different areas. Oh look, it's a super one. Like, if you live up in the mountains, a rock Pokemon like Rockruff or something is gonna be something you see a lot more than like Pikachu, and is gonna be a lot more popular Pokemon. You know, same if you live on the beach, or in the desert, or in a snowy area. It would be nice to see them dressed up as different things in different areas. You could find one by like a river or a pond. Maybe it's dressed up as a Psyduck. You find one in an open field instead of in a forest. And maybe it's a Jigglypuff or a Roltz. I mean, Mimikyu's basically a mimic. I wish they would lean into that more. I also wish we'd gotten a treasure chest form evolution for Gimmighoul, because they're also kind of mimics. Or at least mimic-ish. Mimikyu's got a pretty good shiny. It's another one of the good kind of like grayscale Pokemon, like Bombardier. I adore Bombardier's shiny. Them turning its beak and legs gray, and then just having literally just the red swoop and it's under its eyes. It's fantastic. Alright, I'm gonna go up to 250 encounters for this today. And then that'll be my day. So I figure about 250 each time I stream, and I should have it sometime next week. Hopefully. I'm knocking on my desk here for a little bit, so I don't just jinx myself. But yes, just various Mimikyu forms would be lovely. Or if not, give it various forms, give it an evolution where it like doesn't need the Pikachu costume anymore because, you know, its trainer, make it a happiness evolution. And its trainer loved it so much as it was that it moved past the need for the Pikachu costume. Yeah, shining your fire is a little, but it's not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. I still wish that with, at least with Ceruledge and Armor Rouge, they had done something other than swap their eye color. Even if it had been another small thing, like changing some of the, like, non-armor sections colors or something. Still think shiny Char Cadet should have looked like a pre-evolution for Ceruledge, seeing how regular one looks like it should be in Armor Rouge. You might. Shinies can grow on you. Alright, 10 to go. Then get some last minute shiny luck during stream today, maybe. Probably not, but that's fine. I know though, I did find that shiny Galarian Meowth that one day when I was doing my Funkaboo hunt. Another Feebas? It is. There's some small part of me that's like, you should run a Feebas hunt while you're doing this. No. Heck no. I can understand a little bit what they were going for. Oh, they're just gonna swap eye colors, but they have the Char Cadet Poketoon, where one of them is a regular Char Cadet and the other one is a shiny Char Cadet. And I don't know, it being a shiny Char Cadet just seems like so underwhelming when it evolves into a Ceruledge and it literally is just matching eye color with the with the Armarouge. And it's like, that's so underwhelming. Like, you could have took the shiny and maybe snuck a shade or something from the opposite one into the shiny somehow or something. But it's like literally all they did was swap eye colors though, and it's like, huh. And I know I've heard some people actually don't mind that shiny at all, which is fine, each their own and whatnot, but it just seems so underwhelming. Kinda like shiny Garchomp. You go from having the nice bright blue shades as it's a Gibble and a Gabite, then you get to Garchomp and they just dull it down a lot. And it's like, no. Like, can we not keep that nice bright blue? I would fix Golduck shiny as well. I'm so sad they did not take the opportunity to make its name a pun and make it a golden duck. Honestly, Psyduck and Golduck should have just been a palette swap between the two of them, more or less. Instead, we got a different shade of blue and that weird kind of fleshy colored beak. Someone pointed out that like the biggest majority of Eevee's evolutions are special attackers, I think. I think they said the last Pokemon that was mainly like a special attacker is dragon types. But I would love to see us get one more evolution, which would put us up to 8 and make it half the type chart, not counting normal. And then I would love to see us get an Eevee Convergent or a Regional, and it have the other 8 types that Eevee doesn't have. Including a normal evolution for it. I'd actually been really hoping we would get a set of Paradox EVs. So then the past Paradox could have been a fighting or a dragon type. And then the future type one could have been a still or like a poison. That didn't happen. Probably for a good reason, but it still would have been neat. had a friend who was like, but if they did that, they'd have to make sure we could get them in every other game. It's like, no, they wouldn't. They would treat the Paradox Pokemon the way they treat the Ultra Beasts. A thing you can get somehow through an event or something in-game, either something like the sandwiches or something, or it'll be like raids or something. But I would like one more evolution before just like no more evolutions. And then another Pokemon can take up the mantle. Alright, one more to go. Yeah, the future Paradox Pokemon are okay. They just... And I can understand why they're all robots, but they lean too heavily into the robot thing. It's like all of their shinies being chrome, basically. I hated that so much. Like, guys, there are so many other metallic colors you could have done for the shiny Pokemon for these. Why are they all chrome? I know there's that SpongeBob joke that in the future everything is chrome, but Pokemon didn't need to do that. Alright. Oh look, another Feebas. That puts me at 250 for today, no shiny, which is fine. I will be continuing Monday. Same time, same place. I hope you all have a fantastic Sunday and that the rest of your Saturday goes good as well. I will see you next time. Mint, I hope you have a good day.